on. Hello! Guess who? Now, this is an impromptu Facebook Live, dear Vibers, so you might not even have known we're going to go live, and sorry, I'm looking in the eye of the camera, it's actually there and not there. You wouldn't have known we're going to go live, so you wouldn't have known to make time to watch this live, but I hope you watch it back on the replay. So with me is the lovely Bukky.
Hello, Vibers.
Hello. Or as France Lise would say, hello. Hello. All cheery and chirpy.
Yes.
So you might think, well, where are you and why are you doing this live? So, by the way, if you do decide to watch and want to join in, type a little comment in the box below. Say hello, it's Friday, we're having a bit of fun. We are live in London. We are at the very gorgeous Citizen M. Love this room. If I'm honest, it's a bit trashed because we've been planning world domination all day. And we've been talking about lots of things, clothing and style. And I'm going to make a bit of an admission. My brain gets styling, my brain gets stylist, but you know, anyone who knows me will know that very often I've said, like, why does somebody need a stylist? Do you have to be a really bad dresser, or you know, what is it about styling? And I had some experience of something quite corporately many years ago. So, hey, it's Maureen. Hello.
Hi, Maureen.
Good to see you, or as my mum would say with her Bajan accent, hi Maureen, because she's from Barbados. She says Maureen, not Maureen.
Is that how it's Barbados of Bajan?
Yeah, Bajans. Hi Maureen. Hi Maureen, she'd say.
Okay,
That
cool.
sounded Jamaican. Anyway, let's forget my accents, my bad accents. So I thought I would literally just ask Bukky a few questions about style, because we actually have some very interesting conversations off camera. So you might be wondering, why would somebody hire a stylist? Does that mean that I've got a bad sense of dress? Why bother? I've got so much in my wardrobe. I don't like shopping. There'll be 101 questions. And in fact, do us a favour, whether you're watching this live on the replay, if you've got like thoughts, questions or concerns, or I'm good, don't know about clothes, anything else like that, type them in the box below, because it really helps somebody like Bukky to be able to hone in and give you more useful information, or even more useful information. And I'm actually going to plug her because she's got a Facebook group where you can go in and you can ask her stuff, and she shares really cool tips too. So without any further ado and flapping of gums, I am going to, which is a Jennyism, we were talking about that earlier, I am going to ask Bukky the sorts of questions, like a bit like a behind the scenes peek, the sorts of questions that I was actually asking her all day that you might like to know the answers to too. But the first thing I'm going to tell you about Bukky is, did you know that she's a professionally trained pharmacist? Did you know that? So in a way, like, you can imagine she's got a white lab coat on and she's mixing things and blowing up chemicals and all that kind of stuff. She literally does the same thing with your wardrobe. Have you ever thought of that?
So yeah, I do say to people I'm a hybrid.
Yeah,
Scientist and a creative.
I know, what a nice mix to have, like that whole linear piece and the creativity piece.
And I do actually apply a scientific brain to my styling, so I've got a process.
Oh, cool. Even better. So, apart from the fact that she's a professional and a pharmacist, see? Oh, who's that? Yeah, Maureen's saying, so I haven't got my glasses on.
No, I can't see up.
She's like, no, I didn't know that. I didn't until we got to work with each other.
Okay.
So, how do you go then from being a pharmacist to a stylist? Like, what had you interested in becoming a stylist?
It's always been there. I think right from when I was really very little, my mum and dad, both my mum and my dad were very stylish people. My mum was always put together. And growing up, she would always put us together. I lost my dad when I was little, so my mum brought us up on her own. She would always, make sure you're impeccably dressed, you dressed well. And yeah, I've just always had it in me, I think, from young.
From young. That's cool. Parents really inspire us with things like that. No, that's really cool. Like, what kind of, you say your mum was really well put together. What kind of things did she wear that were?
So, I mean, for work, she would wear just normal work wear. And then we also wear traditional things, and so
Yeah.
she would have her traditional outfits as well, which are always usually very colourful.
Mm.
My mum was always into quality items, so she would go abroad. We were very little living in England, but my mum would go all the way to Lebanon to buy shoes and bags. Colourful
Whoa.
shoes and bags, proper nice leather shoes and bags.
Don't tell Julia Bernard Thompson that.
And I would believe, and then my sisters and I would have all, and then when they go out and we are home, we would be dressing up and clonking about, and these shoes had block heels there, so I'm really drawn to a block heel even till today.
Oh, things like that stay with us. Like, I don't know if, like, Maureen, because you're on here, I'm gonna speak to you as well, but can you remember being quite small and that feeling of putting your feet in high heels and kind of clonking around everywhere?
And playing dress up.
Yeah, playing dress up and like wearing clothes. I mean, I was a 70s child, so I don't know, I've got a feeling that my mum wasn't maybe as eloquently dressed as your mum. Let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that. But you know, like, close your eyes and just imagine, you know, you're clonking around, whether it's like shoes are too big for you. Yeah, we all have that kind of feeling. So it's interesting because today is Black Friday. You can't have escaped that. Although I noticed that Sophie's done a Green Friday, which is cool given her products and stuff. And are there any tips that you can share on this Black Friday where you're tempted to like run out and buy loads of clothes? Have you got any tips you can share with us?
Yes. So what I would say is I have tagged it Alternative Black Friday.
Okay.
So yes, you might still want to shop, but because I speak to professional women, I'm saying look at your workwear, look at your wardrobe and see how you can wear it differently. So rather than buy new dresses, maybe you're buying new accessories, buying new jewellery pieces, buying new shoes, buying new bags. Usually a lot of professionals or women, they have dark coloured dresses, buying items and pieces that can brighten your wardrobe up. So yeah, so you can still shop and pick up bargains, but in a different way.
That's cool. I love that. Maureen says, I love to dress up and still do. I know, there's just something.
That's great, yeah.
There's something about
a
being
woman
able
after
to,
my heart.
Yeah, throwing that on. And it's funny because there's that element of style and dressing up. You just mentioned about professional women, and people, like, the biggest misconception I had anyway, and I still hear, people think, well, I'm a professional woman, so a lot of my clients are like lawyers, they're execs, they're really senior, I mean, and they travel a lot and all sorts of things, but they, why would they want to dress up for work? What difference does that make for them? So I'm a professional woman, I'm an exec, and I'm not likely to just dress up for work in the way that we've just been talking about, you know, oh, I'm just going to throw on this and throw on that. Why might it be important for them to dress?
So actually the way you dress communicates who you are. And so if you're a professional person, you're wanting that authority, you're wanting people to wanting to be credible. So it's fine, people know that you know your stuff, but if you're not turned out right, it affects the way they perceive you, and it also affects yourself, to be honest, your confidence sometimes.
That's so true. I remember last time we met, we were talking about, I remember being on a panel, an interview panel in financial services, and we had a candidate, they were pretty good, but they let themselves down by how they were dressed. And I think this is, it's almost like the non-verbal part. We were talking about that. People talk about presentations, and 7%, you know, of our non-verbal language, you know, is important. But I don't think they equate it to style or dress. Like, is there a staple? I'm sorry, I'm just throwing these questions at you because it's sparking my imagination. Is there a staple piece that a professional person should always have in their wardrobe that you would say in your experience?
Yes.
To help them get promoted. And
so I would say have a decently cut, well-fitting dress.
Okay.
One piece, because it's one piece, less things to think about. A decent dress will set you off on your way.
Like, and that makes me think, long sleeve, short sleeve, does it matter?
So it depends. Some in the summer, obviously, you can get away with a short piece, with a short sleeve dress. Some people, like me, for example, I don't like exposing my arms.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people.
So I would have either a 3/4 sleeve dress or a long sleeve dress. Most of my things have sleeves, at least up to, will cover my upper arm.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because I guess if you don't like your arms being shown and you're wearing something that's sleeveless, you're going to act a bit funny because you're not going to feel comfortable.
And that's the thing, whatever sleeve makes you feel comfortable, go with it. But again, in a professional setting, not show too much flesh, because we've just got to tone our dress to suit where we're going as well.
I laugh because I was once called in, like, not bad work if you can get it, but I was once called in to deliver a program for quite a big, well-known company for their customer services team, all because the boss was too embarrassed to tell one of the girls on the team not to wear to have her midriff out. She was wearing like these bra tops in summer, showing all of her midriff, and nobody had the guts, including HR, to say just cover it over, put a jumper on, point her to the dress policy, like all of that. Maureen's saying, I once heard a statement, you dress how you want to be addressed.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And she agrees with what you were saying there as well.
Thank you, Maureen.
So, so I just thought it would be good to explore a few bits and pieces about kind of style and like bust a few myths. So hopefully we'll see some of your shares, although you'll be on your travel scene, I know.
Yes.
But we'll see more of your shares in the group. Bukky does have a group, a style group, and although she shares like really great pieces on, you know, new clothes and shoes, actually I want to talk about the black and white shoes as well.
Yes.
Although she shares all of that too, you can go in there and ask her questions.
Yeah.
Like no questions too big, too small.
Absolutely.
So
if I don't know, I know someone who does, or I'll do the research for you.
She normally does though. So tell them the name of your group.
So it's called Styling for Success. If you look for Styling for Success, you'll find me on Facebook.
Cool. And she's got a Facebook page as well. So she is wearing the most gorgeous black and white shoes. And I'm always intrigued. She's a stylist, so I want to know, why did you pick black and white shoes? Like, what was the kind of method to your madness behind that? Because they're cool.
So the black and white shoes, first of all, they're a brogue, which is a classic. I also just looked at my wardrobe and thought I could wear them in various ways. I like to go off piste a lot, and so they get me. I've had a fair few compliments about these shoes in the short time that I've had them.
They're amazing.
Show them these shoes.
They're black and
my
white
shoes off for you,
and they're just cool. Yeah. So let's do it this way. Let's do it where we're going to show you the front,
and you can see
and
where
then
they're
the
from,
sides.
hopefully. And if you want a pair like that,
they're nice heels. They're comfortable. Can you walk quite
they
around
are
in
very
those?
comfortable, actually.
I might have to go and check them out.
They
I've
are.
got quite wide feet, so shoes
very
need to be really comfortable. I used to wear a lot of high heels in my financial services days, pinch toes and stuff like that. So Styling for Success on Facebook. Yay, that's the one. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on the replay, do post a comment below. If you've got questions about, we've got Christmas dues coming up.
Absolutely.
Think about this. As a professional woman, there's another element of this. You're at work, you're kind of being watched, but you're having fun, like what to wear. If you've got questions about that, if you've got questions about what would you wear differently because you are going for a promotion, maybe that's in your kind of on your radar for 2019. I know that so many of you are running businesses and are working professionally, so wouldn't it be good to be able to get the pay rise and the promotion professionally to help fund the business to get it off the ground, all that kind of stuff too. And regardless of the sector, I've experienced financial services, travel, hospitality, retail. I've experienced quite a few different sectors, as does Bukky. Pharmaceuticals, for example.
I know, yeah.
So, then there's within here we've got like coaches, authors, speakers, health and wellness professionals, relationship. We've got business. We've got such a wide range. So you might not think much about what you're wearing when you're speaking, for example. But to me, you're a professional. Just because you're running your business doesn't mean that you're not professional anymore. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you, and Maureen liked your shoes.
Thank
She
you,
said,
Maureen.
"Very nice." I'm wearing brown boots, but I'm also wearing a short skirt. So if I lift my leg in the air, it completely changes.
It's a look.
It's the PG rating that will change if I try and put my foot up. So I won't make you suffer that. But thanks for watching, and yeah, let us know. Let us know what your questions are. Until I see you soon again. Ta-ta for now.
Bye, vibers.
Bye.
Bye.
Maureen saying no to the leg in the air. Oops, wrong button.